Alright, hi everyone. Today we're going to start our discussion of common pool resources, and we're going to stay on that topic for the next couple weeks. Now, a common pool resource is just a resource that's not excludable, meaning that you can't stop other people from using it. So it's not like private property, it's not like your house or your car, for instance, that you can keep to yourself and stop other people from using. They're publicly accessible to everybody. But they are finite like any resource, and they can be used up. Now, what's a common pool resource is going to vary from time to time and from place to place between different cultures. For example, in medieval Europe, pasture land was viewed as a common pool resource, and Native Americans, of course, they tended to just view land in general as a common pool resource. And obviously, that's not the case in America today. Now, a lot of time, things that we may not even necessarily think about as resources fall into this category. Like the atmosphere, the very air that you breathe is a common pool resource that's used up through pollution. The author that we're going to look at today, Garrett Hardin, he's been extremely influential in this field. His thinking has influenced a lot of policy and a lot of thought. But he was noted for a blunt and pessimistic outlook. He had a famous quote, "Freedom in a commons brings ruin to all." Why would he say something like that? Well, think about human nature. It's human nature to take as much of a common pool resource as you can because you get to keep all the benefit from the use of that resource that you do. But on the other hand, the thing that's being used up or destroyed is not yours. It's publicly held. It's something that you don't own. So you don't really have any incentive to care about it or care about its preservation. And therefore, rational people are going to deplete and destroy their commonly held resources by acting rationally, by doing what's best for them. Now, the solution that Hardin saw to this was government regulation. He wanted the government to step in and to regulate access to and use of common pool resources. And this might seem a little bit alarming when you realize that the common pool resource that Hardin was most concerned with was the right to reproduce and to add more people into a crowded world whose resources are already strained in general. And you may think, hey, that is not the kind of thing that I necessarily want the government controlling. And that's kind of going to be a theme throughout this course. Now, you may not agree with Hardin's conclusions or the solutions that he calls for, and a lot of people don't. But on the other hand, a lot of people who don't like Hardin's solutions still agree that there's a problem here with the depletion of common pool resources, and it's now even more pressing because it's on a global scale. Common resources like the atmosphere and the oceans are being depleted globally, and it's leading to severe consequences. So again, a lot of people who don't like Hardin's solutions, and there's no doubt that Hardin himself was not a very nice person, but people still agree that, hey, there's a problem here and we have to find a solution. So today we're going to take a look at Hardin and Hardin's ideas, and we're also going to take a quick look at some people who criticized Hardin and said, hey, Hardin doesn't even have his facts straight. And then over the next couple weeks, we'll take a look at some people who offer different sorts of solutions. All right?